Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm bringing you this awesome moist fluffy vanilla recipe. Yeah, so I've been getting a lot of comments and questions about I should post recipe videos and stuff, because I actually don't post recipe videos because I feel like there are millions and loads of recipes on YouTube, but several people keep asking, so I just thought, okay, let me put out some recipe videos for you guys. So yes, you're welcome. This vanilla cake is awesome and it is fluffy and light and perfect. And today we're going to be needing 3 eggs, and then we're going to be separating the egg whites from the egg yolks. And then to that we're going to be needing 90 grams of sugar. We're going to be adding it to the egg whites while we whisk. But first of all, you have to start whisking the egg white first, so you can get a fluffy, fluffiness, kind of soap lather before you start to add your sugar. That way it makes it whip up really fast and with a lot of volume. Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to bake in a pot. Yes, in case you don't have an oven, do you have a pot and do you have a cooker in your house? Whatever kind of cooker you have, do you have a kerosene cooker and an electric one, or a gas cooker, a charcoal cooker, whatever it is you have? Yes, today, as long as you have a cooker and a pot, I'm going to be showing you how to bake in a pot today. You're going to bake really nice fluffy cakes even in a pot. So we're going to be adding our sugar to this bit by bit. We're going to be adding it in 3 parts. Add the first part first, and the second and the third, while you continuously whisk. Don't stop whisking. That way you get really so much amount of volume in your egg whites that will make your cake really fluffy. Okay, so once we are done with that, you want to whip it really well until it gets this really thick consistency, and then you're going to stir the egg yolks and then add some vanilla and some salt to it, and then you're going to pour the egg yolks into your egg whites and mix even more. Okay, so I've had several people ask me for recipes and everything, so I'm glad to be bringing you guys this, and I hope when you try it out you tag me or send me pictures at least, because I really like to see what you create. You can bake this in the oven as well, but I also wanted to make the recipe for people that maybe do not have an oven and stuff. I tried it in the microwave, but it didn't work, so you can bake in a pot or bake in an oven. Okay, so to that you're going to be adding 90 grams of flour, and then to this we're not going to be adding baking powder at all. To this there's no baking powder. This is no baking powder recipe, so just 90 grams of flour to that, and then you are going to stir. And in the bowl we already have, in that bowl, 30 grams of butter as well as 50 grams of milk. So you want to melt the butter. You can also use oil. If you don't want to use butter, you can use 30 grams of oil and 50 grams of milk. So, and then we are not going to pour it directly into our mixture that we have made, because that way it is going to deflate your egg white. You want to temper it first, which means you want to take some of your mixture and put it inside the oil and milk mixture and then stir it before pouring it into the main batter. That's called tempering, because that way you won't deflate the mixture you have already going on. So once you are done with that, we are going to transfer into a bowl and then bake. And then I showed you guys, I have a video on how to bake in a pot, specifically made for how to bake in a pot with no recipe. If you want to see in-depth details on how to really bake in a pot and everything, with all the steps outlined for you, I'm going to put the link right up here. It says click on me. Yeah, click on that. And if you are a new baker and you want to buy some tools for cake decorating, really nice tools to get you started that are nice and really beginner friendly, I have a couple of them in the description box below. All you have to do is check and see if you can buy those and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to be baking in this, and the reason is because this is the only pan I have that can fit in my biggest pot. And I'm going to explain it to you when I'm putting it in the pot. So you need a pan that can fit in your pot conveniently and still cover without touching the top of the pot or touching the bottom of the pot. Okay, so this extra batter, I tried to bake it in the microwave and it turned out really horrible, so let's forget that one. Yeah, let's talk about the one that turned out really great, because I'm not going to teach you how to make horrible cakes. Okay, so now moving to the pot. So you need a pot that has a cover and that is hollow inside, and then you want to put it on medium heat. On my cooker, I put it on around 4 to 5. I started with 5 and then reduced it to 4 towards the end. So you want to reduce the heat towards after 15 minutes of baking, because for this you need about maybe 22 minutes of baking, but it depends on how big your batter is or how big your pan is or stuff, so or how much each you have. But just know that after it's about 20 minutes, just check it. So the reason why I'm not using these my normal pans is because they can't fit in the pot and cover, so I'm using this like my round pan. Yes, so you need a pan that can fit in the pot you're baking with and conveniently cover, and you don't want it to stay directly inside the pot. You want to put something underneath the pan first. If you don't have that thing, and you can as well use fork or spoons and arrange them just like I'm doing right now. And then once you arrange them like that, you want to put your pan on it so that your pan will not be resting directly on the pot. That way it will burn fast, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so now that I've shown you like what else you can do, you can use spoon or you can use fork. Yeah, so but today I'm not going to be using that because I have something that came with my round pan, so that's what I'm going to be using. I just did that to show you guys what options you have. So I'm going to be putting the base inside the pot and then putting my cake, and then we're going to be covering it in foil. And then you want to make sure the foil completely covers the pot. Yeah, like there is no like space for there to be air coming out or going in. You want to make sure the foil you use completely cover the pot. So we're going to be using it in two parts because it can't completely cover in one part for me. So like we're going to be using it in two parts and then covering the whole pot firmly, and then using the cover on top of it. Yeah, put the lid on top, and then you want to go around the pot again with your fingers and make sure the foil is like kind of tucked in, if that makes sense. So this bakes for around 22 minutes. If you want to bake in the oven, it bakes for around maybe 15 to 16 minutes. So if you're baking in a pot, make sure once it's 20 minutes you check it out if you're using the same amount of, if you're using this recipe that I just used. So, and this is after about 22 to 23 minutes and our cake is perfectly done. See how nice, and it won't burn as long as you don't like the heat is not too much and you don't put it underneath, like you don't put the pan directly inside the pot without something in the base. It won't burn and it turn out really nice and fluffy. So if you try this out, please let me know. So now I'm about to show you what our cake looks like, and it is yummy and sweet. And guess who couldn't wait for it to cool down, because I like to do my things really fast, but I couldn't wait to dig into this thing. But I didn't bake it for anybody. I baked it and I just ate it, so it was really fun. I like vanilla cakes a lot. I think they're like my favorites. Okay, so what you want to do is take out your cake from the pan. It's better if you take it out when it's cool, because that way like it maintains its shape and its structure a lot better. But I just couldn't wait for it to cool down because anyway, so this is our cake after it is done, and see how nice it is. So now we are going to slice into it and see how fluffy and nice this cake is. So if you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up, and please leave me a comment in the comment section if you try it out. And then please subscribe to my channel and like turn on the bell post, so like when I post something you get a notification that I just posted something new and you can watch it, because I made amazing. Oh, see how nice this cake is. See how fluffy. If you leave it to cool down, like it will maintain its shape even more. See how fluffy and nice this vanilla cake is. Yes, so this is what you'll be getting. It's an awesome recipe. It is tried and tested severally, so like it's a sure recipe. So if you want to make a cake, a no-fail cake, and you want it to turn out really nice, this is the recipe for you. So thank you guys for always watching my videos. Thank you for always liking my videos as well, and thank you for being here and giving me a platform, basically. Thank you guys. Okay, so this is all we have to do today, and I will see you in my next tutorial. See how nice this cake is. See, if you leave it to even cool down, like if you leave it to completely cool down, it's even better. And it is so fluffy and moist. This is the perfect sponge cake. If you're Nigerian, this is what you're looking for, basically. If you're not, you're still looking for this cake, trust me. Okay guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.